Well, back here in Central Texas, without warning, Chip and Joanna Gaines welcome customers for the first time at their highly anticipated coffee shop called Magnolia Press.
I think anybody can have it. I think anybody can have it. You know, at the end of the day, I love Joe more than anything in the world.
Chip Gaines, the genius behind the fixer-upper craze, sparked Waco's imagination along with his soulmate. Their love story is a fascinating mix of lust, determination, and teamwork. Chip had an uncanny knack for turning run-down houses into beautiful homes. He gave worn-out properties new life, giving families the chance to love their homes again. At the height of their fame, the dynamic duo disappeared from public view, which led to false stories and a lot of interest. So what really took place? Let's go on an adventure to find out the hidden story behind Chip Gaines and the fixer-upper tradition. First, let's look at the years that made Chip Gaines the man behind the hammer. Then we'll talk about his mysterious exit from the spotlight. Chip Gaines' early life. Chip Gaines started his rise to fame on November 14, 1974, in the sunny state of New Mexico, where he was born. His early years, on the other hand, were nothing like the charming home improvement expert we know today. Chip moved to Texas when he was 8 years old. He developed his competitive spirit on the baseball field and did very well for Grapevine High School. Because he was so good at sports, he got into Northlake College, where he did very well in baseball. Chance brought Chip into contact with Mickey Sullivan, the baseball coach at Baylor University. Sullivan saw his promise and offered Chip a scholarship. A bright baseball career came to an abrupt end when Chip Gaines was sidelined by something that was out of his control. Still, this setback turned out to be the start of an amazing change. Gaines's desire to start his own business grew after he graduated with a Bachelor of Business Administration in 1998. Not only would this new chapter change his path, it would also be the start of his rise to fame and meet the love of his life. Let's learn more about the lucky events that turned Chip Gaines from a baseball prospect into a huge name in home renovation. Chip Gaines's relationship and marriage. Joanna Gaines once said it best: their relationship is not a fairy tale romance. Still, working together started a fire that has grown into a kingdom. The couple's love story shows how powerful personalities that work well together can be. It led to a happy family and a successful business company with many branches. The fact that they went from being a couple to becoming business moguls shows how much they love each other. They've been completely honest about what makes a relationship work, putting their bond above all else. Many people look up to the Gaines for how they handle love, family, and business. Their story shows how having the same goals and respecting each other can lead to a lasting memory. In the unassuming setting of a Waco car shop, fate brought together two people who would change the way home improvement shows are made. Joanna Gaines, who would become the queen of interior design, was drawn into Chip Gaines's life by chance. Chip is a guy with contagious energy and undeniable charm. Joanna was initially interested in someone else, but Chip's confidence and daring behavior caught her attention. Even though things got off to a bad start, with Joanna being incredibly late, which would have turned off most people, she found herself interested in this unusual partner. As they talked, it became clear that their lives were going to intersect in a way that neither of them could have imagined. From the start, Chip Gaines's desire to be an entrepreneur was clear. His mind was full of big ideas for businesses. Even though Joanna wasn't sure about his big plans at first, she became enthralled by his excitement. Even though things got off to a rough start because Chip wasn't always on time, a bond started to form. Chip's impact helped Joanna find a depth in herself that she hadn't expected. His ability to see unrealized potential struck a chord with her, making her want to become more ambitious herself. As their friendship grew, it became clear that they were both on the same path and that their fates were linked. When they saw each other again, a love story began. After dating for a year, Chip planned a romantic proposal in his hometown instead of at a show that was supposed to happen. Joanna then started a wonderful journey with a family friend, Billy Holder, to design her dream proposal ring. She told him, "I chose a classic round diamond and a timeless platinum setting," while being creative with Billy and Chip patiently watched. The couple was even happier when their families threw a surprise party for them to celebrate their engagement. They said their vows at the famous Earl Harrison House in Waco, Texas the next year. She wore a strapless dress and a pretty cap, and she looked stunning. At the end of their beautiful day, they had a beautiful portrait shoot in an old car. The sign that said "Just Married" was a sign of their happiness as newlyweds. Chip's rise to fame. Chip and Joanna met by chance at Joanna's dad's shop, and it was love at first sight. As they worked together to make amazing homes and create a unique business, they formed a strong partnership. Soon after, they fell in love, which led to their marriage. In 2003, while they were still dating, they started Magnolia Homes, a business that fixed up houses that was doing very well. This project, which happened before they became famous on TV, showed off Joanna's planning skills and Chip's building skills. They jumped right into flipping houses together, quickly becoming successful and growing their business. Their great work caught the attention of people in the business, which led to a life-changing job offer from HGTV. Chip and Joanna's amazing talent and unique farmhouse style earned them a loyal fan base without them having to do any standard advertising. Their renovated homes sold for a lot of money, which shows how good they are at planning and how much power they are growing. Even though they weren't yet TV stars, their trip had already been successful. Before they went on TV, they fixed up more than 100 homes in Waco, making the city a popular place to visit. HGTV directors were drawn to their undeniable chemistry and impressive accomplishments, which led to the creation of Fixer Upper in 2012. When the pilot show aired in 2013, it got people really excited, which set the stage for their meteoric rise. Chip and Joanna's success was built on the fact that they were honest. Without any scripted stories to hide it, their real love for home renovation showed through. Chip's contagious energy and Joanna's perfect sense of style and design made for a fascinating pair. The show's format was simple but effective. Pick a house, tear it down, design it, and present it. Because renovations are so unpredictable, though, each show had new problems and surprises that kept people watching. The best part was seeing rundown houses turn into beautiful family homes and sharing in the homeowner's happiness and thanks at that moment. Chip and Joanna's projects went beyond just fixing up their house. They turned into life-changing events that viewers felt deeply. Fixer Upper captured America by showing how authentically they worked together, how brilliantly Joanna's design ideas were, and how charming Chip was. The show became a cultural phenomenon because of how well they were able to make beautiful houses and connect with the homeowners on a personal level. The show challenges. Chip and Joanna's never-ending film schedule and the needs of their growing family were hard on them. To put their family first, they had to make the hard choice to leave Fixer Upper after 5 seasons in 2017. Even though the show brought them a lot of fame, Chip is honest about how stressful it all is. He talks about this hard time in his book, No Pain, No Gains, and admits that fame had an effect on his personal life. No matter what they had to give up, the couple's unwavering love for each other got them through this. For Chip Gaines, a trip to a junk market that seemed normal turned into a terrifying experience. As his young son Duke got lost, the truth of their newfound fame clashed with his instinct to be a good dad. The crowd of fans who used to be there to take pictures and sign autographs became an obstacle between Chip and his child. He had to face the harsh reality that his public image had become more important than his job as a parent. In the middle of all the chaos, Chip's main concern was the safety of his son. which was very different from what his fame would require. Chip had to face the complicated parts of his public image after the event made him think about himself. It hurt him to realize that he couldn't put his parental tasks ahead of the noise of his fans. Finding a balance between the needs of his personal life and the standards of his devoted fans was hard for him. It was a turning point that made him rethink his goals and make up his mind to find a better balance. Chip and Joanna's marriage was tested by the constant demands of TV and the growth of their business company. It was hard to decide to leave Fixer Upper, and it was even harder because they couldn't fully explain their reasons to their loyal fans. Even though family and new businesses were mentioned, rumors about possible differences with producers kept going around. Even though things got tough, Chip stayed in charge of Magnolia Homes and grew the brand by opening a new store, starting a lifestyle magazine, and opening a restaurant. Because he was an enterprising person, he also tried other artistic things, like co-writing books and acting. Chip Gaines' business ventures. It was more than just a shop. The Magnolia Silos complex turned into a place to go. There was a lot of interest in it, which showed that the pair could bring their on-screen charm to real life. The complex gave people a one-of-a-kind chance to become immersed in the Magnolia world, where they could shop for home goods and enjoy tasty food and drinks. This growth cemented Chip and Joanna's place as lifestyle icons and broadened the reach of their brand far beyond home improvement. Chip and Joanna set the style when they opened Magnolia Market at the Silos in 2015. They first fell in love with Waco's little shop on Bosque, and now they have a new, cool store that sells seasonal home goods chosen by Joanna and her design dream team. Chip said, "Joe curates the entire collection at Magnolia Market and Magnolia.com, bringing the colors, textures, and seasonal magic to life." When the Silos opened, it wasn't just a big deal for stores, it was a huge draw for tourists. Waco's tourist experts say that the number of visitors will skyrocket from 564,000 in 2013 to a huge 2 million a year by 2019. This growth is mostly due to Magnolia's carefully chosen store, which has a lot of different kinds of goods for shopping, including home goods, clothes, gifts, and of course, Magnolia's own signature items. Chip and Joanna really turned their TV charm into a successful business wonderland. This has made Waco a must-see for design fans and followers all over the world. Chip and Joanna, an energetic duo, opened Magnolia Seed Plus Supply in 2016, a green oasis inside the Silos complex. This gardener's paradise had a lot of gardening supplies and goodies, like tasty treats for Magnolia Table and donations for the Salvation Army. To grow their business even more, the Gaineses opened Silos Baking Company, a sweet place with cookies, cupcakes, buns, and other treats that made people happy. You didn't have to go to the bakery to enjoy these tasty treats. Online orders and food trucks stationed at the Silos brought the magic to everyone's door. Now it's April 10th, 2019, and the Power Pair has announced a big plan to start a new media company. Chip and Joanna, who are very creative, would run this business as chief creative officers, with Allison Page from HGTV in charge. This big project offered a TV network and a streaming app that would bring the magic of Magnolia to more screens. The Magnolia Company continued to grow when Magnolia Press opened in November 2019. It is a cute coffee shop that goes well with Magnolia Table's food and Silos Baking coexist sweets. 2020 was a very important year. Magnolia Network made its launch in April with a 4-hour extravaganza on DIYA Network that showed what the future might hold. Then there was an exciting announcement. Fixer Upper would be brought back as the network's main show. The pandemic, on the other hand, messed up the start schedule and pushed it back to 2021. The Magnolia Network finally opened on January 5th, 2022, and the much-loved show Fixer Upper came back in a big way. The dark side of success. There were some problems along the way on Chip Gaines's path to fame. Behind the cute front of the all-American pair, a less positive story came out. Even though Chip and Joanna were very important in making the Magnolia business what it is today, they were not the only ones working on this project. As their popularity on TV grew, a less well-known part of their business life came to light. Before they became famous on TV, Magnolia had other backers. But as their fame grew, Chip set up a deal that made people look twice. He bought his partner's shares for just $2,500 each, which most people didn't even notice because of how successful they were getting. Magnolia became a common name thanks to the meteoric rise of Fixer Upper, which created a huge demand for their goods and services. This rapid growth showed that the business setup wasn't very good. Former partners who were very important to the early stages of the business were left out as profits rose. It became clear that Chip had planned the buyout in order to make the most of the upcoming TV success. The former partners went to court and accused Chip of insider trade. They also wanted a large financial settlement. It turned out that the court did the right thing by Chip, but the accusations hurt his public image. The story of an opportunistic businessman started to take over from the charming, normal image that was carefully built on TV. Even though they were technically right, the scandal caused a public debate about business ethics and practices. The event was a stark warning that behind the glamour of reality TV, there are often complicated business deals going on. A new crisis added to the problems caused by the business disagreement. In 2018, Magnolia's building methods came under scrutiny when the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, began an investigation into possible lead paint violations. The couple's carefully crafted image took a huge hit when it came out that they may have put money ahead of their clients' health and safety. Using lead-based paint in older homes was a big problem, and people's worries about kids' health made the problem even worse. The Gaineses were closely watched as the EPA issued large fines and ordered corrective measures. They fixed the problem and earned back the public's trust. But the damage to their image was big. The lead paint controversy. The Gaines family faced another big problem when the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, began to look into how they renovated their homes. A look back at Fixer Upper episodes showed a worrying pattern. 33 of the homes that were renovated did not follow the Renovation, Repair, and Painting (RRP) rule, which is meant to keep people safe from lead paint risks. The couple carefully built a reputation as home improvement experts, but the EPA's results cast a long shadow over that. A serious accusation was made that watchers might see unsafe ways to fix up homes. In order to make things right, Magnolia Homes reached a deal with the EPA. This meant paying a fine and making a big promise to get rid of the lead paint in Waco. These steps were meant to win back the public's trust, but the damage had already been done. The event was a stark warning that even the most well-liked public figures can be questioned. The trouble with lead paint was a stark warning that mistakes can happen even when people mean well. The Gaineses' determination to make things right and their efforts to teach others showed that they were ready to learn from their mistakes. Magnolia Homes wanted to stop similar problems from happening again by putting in place strict compliance measures. The incident hurt their reputation, but it also showed how important it is for people in the home improvement business to act responsibly. The event was a warning to both workers in the field and homeowners, stressing the importance of careful planning and following safety rules. Their journey, which was full of both successes and problems, eventually shaped their legacy. Their resilience is shown by how they've been able to get through hard times and come out better. As their company continues to change, the lessons they've learned from these events will definitely affect what they do in the future. Tragedy and health battles. The heart attack that Chip Gaines had was a stark warning of how important it is to balance success with health. Their business empire had been going too fast, and this health crisis made them rethink their goals, which was very important. Having that scary experience made me realize how important family, health, and taking it easy are. People who liked them were shocked by what happened, and it was meant to be a lesson about the stresses of modern life. Also, it showed how important it is to get regular checkups and start treating possible heart problems early. Chip's recovery became a sign of strength, motivating many people to put their health first. To stay alive, you need to be able to spot the mild but dangerous signs of a heart attack. A general feeling of unease, chest pain, and not being able to breathe can be life-saving signs. Chip's miraculous recovery shows how good modern medicine is and how important it is to move quickly. Chip has become a strong supporter of heart health since his near-death experience. He tells his story to encourage people to take care of their hearts. Heart disease is a tough enemy, but his story shows that it is possible to live a full and active life after a heart attack with the right medical care and changes to your lifestyle. A strong warning from Chip Gaines: chest pain, shortness of breath, or pain in the arms, neck, or jaw could be signs of a heart attack. His anxious plea is clear. Please call 911 right away if you experience any of these. Taking action early is your lifeline. Chip stresses that a heart attack doesn't care about your age or way of life. It's true that knowledge is power. Being able to spot these signs will help you make healthy decisions, like eating well, working out regularly, and giving up cigarettes. Reviving the Fixer Upper Show. 2021 was a great year for Chip and Joanna Gaines in their return. The well-known pair brought back the magic of Fixer Upper, but this time they did it under their own production label. Taking Charge was the start of a new era, which may have been a sign that they wanted more artistic freedom. The show's return was greeted with wildly enthusiastic cheers, showing that the Gaines' alluring personality had not changed. One episode, in which they turned an old Waco hotel into a beautiful retreat, really showed how their style has changed over time. Chip is more than just a TV star these days. He's also a business titan, a loyal family man, and an inspiration. When Chip showed off his newly shaved head in 2021, his fans got a quick rush of worry. A lot of people were guessing, and his friends were sending him lots of well wishes. Chip's original silence made people even more worried. The Gaines had become ambassadors for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, which was a very touching discovery. Chip's brave act of giving his hair to young cancer patients was selfless, and it started a drive to raise money that raised over $300,000. The Gaines are still on their amazing journey, juggling their successful business company with their roles as loving parents and generous donors. The Magnolia brand has grown into a lifestyle empire with many different businesses, such as the cute Magnolia Market Silos, a delicious bakery, a delightful restaurant, and cozy holiday rentals. The couple's drive to be successful carried over to TV when they started Magnolia Network, a place to watch a wide range of lifestyle shows, including the popular Fixer Upper. The future for Chip Gaines and Magnolia. The Gaines family is a great example of how to balance ambition with family ideals. Their unshakable love for their 5 kids and their desire to help others, especially through their support of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, are both clear. Their journey, which was full of both successes and setbacks, has made them even more of an inspiration. The Gaines have a lot of creative options for the future, with Magnolia Network as their background. They have had an obvious effect on popular culture, from growing their home improvement business to venturing into new areas of entertainment. They have won the hearts of millions of people with their ability to combine business sense with real kindness. The Magnolia Empire, a sky's the limit future. The Magnolia name is like a growing empire that could get even bigger. They could grow their retail presence, add new product lines, or look into franchise possibilities, all of which are good ideas. Their $50 million net worth shows how smart they are as business people and how strong the Magnolia brand is. Chip and Joanna's impact goes far beyond the couple they play on TV. It's clear that they can motivate and lead others. Mentoring other people who want to be entrepreneurs or designers could be an easy next step. Without a doubt, this powerful pair has a bright future ahead of them. Chip Gaines keeps moving forward thanks to his drive to be a business, his creativity, and his love for his family. Chip and Joanna were amazed at how far the trip had come when they looked back on 10 years of Fixer Upper. 10 years ago, when Fixer Upper premiered, we couldn't have imagined the path ahead, they said. A lot has changed in the last 10 years, but our love for home will always be our compass, they said. It is an honor to keep adding the stories of these homes to Waco's fabric. The couple's latest show follows the success of Fixer Upper spin-offs like Fixer Upper, The Castle in 2022, and Fixer Upper, The Hotel, which just came out. We're looking forward to the next part of Chip Gaines's business story. Even though he is involved in a lot of problems, we are still hopeful that good things will happen that will change how people see him. How do you think Chip Gaines's life and work will go from here?